Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Joining us now, we have Vicki McCarthy, who joins us from Madison Montessori School. Welcome.
Hi, Jessa. Thank you.
Yeah, we're so pleased to have you.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, well, you know what? School is back in session. Can you believe it?
I know. Today's the first day.
It is just wild. It comes around so fast. But I want to talk to you about Montessori school, and kind of a basic question to get us kind of started here, but I want to know what the difference is between Montessori school and a traditional school. Can you tell us that?
Sure. There are a lot of differences, but I think if I just touch on a few right away, one is that the curriculum really highlights and it follows the child's own natural development. So the teacher is planning lessons according to each individual child and where he is at any given moment, and not to the whole class at the same time. So lessons are presented in small groups or sometimes even one-on-one. And I think another component is that we have multi-age classrooms.
Wonderful. Okay, so you're having a multi-age in one classroom. So talk to me a little bit about what that classroom environment looks like.
Sure. Our classrooms are large, spacious, calm, beautiful places. The teachers spend a lot of time preparing the environment for the children to arrive because the environment is that important to the work that the children do. We have very beautiful, specifically designed Montessori manipulative materials for the children to use to explore their lessons, and that those materials just naturally pique the children's interests and invite hands-on exploring.
Very neat. This is something, that I really don't know a lot about, but it's very interesting to hear you talking about it. So you've got all these different ages in one classroom, what do you think it is that really makes that benefit the students so much? What are the benefits of doing that?
Right. We do have children either in 2 or 3 year age brackets together in a classroom. So for instance, our preschool program has 3 to 6 year olds together. The 6-year-olds serve as role models, both in their behavior and in their advanced work for the younger students, so that those younger students are watching the older children and getting motivated to do more advanced work as well. Mixed age groups also give the older students an opportunity to practice and hone their leadership skills. We typically have 27 to 29 students in our preschool and elementary classrooms, which are quite large class sizes.
Yeah.
And the reason why that works is because the teacher isn't the only one giving the lessons. The older children are giving lessons to the younger students, and at the same time really cementing their own skills and knowledge.
Wow, that is really quite fascinating. So it really benefits all age groups in sort of very different ways, depending on, if they're either seeing that role model or getting the opportunity to get some leadership skills.
Right.
Very interesting. So talk to me about how it works with the teachers. Do they then have the same teacher for all of the years that they're in that classroom?
Yeah, ideally, yes. The classroom teachers are with the students for the 3 years, and then they really get to know and understand each individual child on a pretty deep level. The child and his or her family, which is really important too. And then they're really able to tailor the lessons for each individual child. And the child benefits because they really walk away feeling seen, heard, and appreciated for who they are.
Absolutely, and what an interesting relationship that must grow to be. And I think of how influential my teachers were growing up, but I can't imagine having them then for 3 years.
Right.
That would be really something very special.
It's pretty amazing.
So tell me a little bit about how maybe the outdoor environment plays a role here. Are there some differences with that as in a Montessori school?
The outdoor environment is incredibly important in a Montessori program. In fact, so much so that 3 years ago when we built our brand new school building, we designed our classrooms to have direct access to the outdoors so that students can practice their botany and zoology and geography lessons right outside their classroom walls. Our school sits on just over 2 acres. We have a prairie next door and a farmland next door, so we have all sorts of space for the children to be doing their lessons outside. And we are developing a natural playground for the students so that their playtime actually still supports the work that they're doing in the classroom. The outdoor environment is just such a huge part of the Montessori philosophy, and it really promotes a child's joy, love, and excitement for learning.
That's very neat to hear that. And now for folks who are watching at home, if they're wanting more information, maybe they're coming from a traditional school, they've got students in a traditional school. If you want to learn more about the Montessori school, how can they do that?
Well, I think the truth is seeing is believing. It's very different than a traditional setting. So I encourage anybody at home who's interested in exploring more to actually call us up, check us out on the website, visit our Facebook page, but then come on in and take a tour of the school and spend some time observing our classrooms.
Wonderful. Well, that was just fascinating for me to learn some of those things. I greatly appreciate having you, and we'll do just that. We're going to have to learn more. So thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jessa.
We'll have to have you back. That was great.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Well, if you haven't caught any high school football yet this season, you're going to want to stick around, because after the break, we have got Wisconsin Sports Network here to do just that, talk football. So stick around. We'll be back with more Talk of the Town.